Hey, at Pastoral Baptist Church, Pastor Gary here. I want to give you a detailed plan on the creation of a new ministry here. We've got a bunch of other things in the works, and I know we got a lot of other stuff going on. We've got the bylaws going on Sunday and voting on that. We've also got some a number of new members coming forward, and just it's really cool. Baptisms and stuff. But I want to take some time in this video to tell you a 5-week plan, okay, that we're going to undergo to create a new Spanish ministry here. The ministry is meant to reach Spanish speakers across the Northwest Valley so that we can engage Hispanics and really minister to families that have Spanish only speakers in their family. So this Sunday, that would be August 8th of 2021, I'm going to call a special planning meeting, okay? That's a business meeting for those of you who don't know that terminology, but a members meeting that we're going to have Sunday night, the 22nd, here at the worship center is what we're going to do. And we are going to be interviewing a new pastoral staff candidate. So that is Pastor Abdias. Pastor Abdias Brooks has been brought to us, I believe, by the Lord to help us launch this ministry. He's bilingual in English and Spanish. He's from Nicaragua, but he grew up in Mexico and then spent the last, I don't know, about 10 years, 10, 15, no, it had to be at least 20 years in the States. But great guy, loves the Word, loves the Lord, has a Master's of Divinity, but he also has a full-time job here. But he's planted 2 Hispanic churches and now really wants to be a part of an established church to really help them engage Hispanics in the Northwest Valley. And he thinks it's us. I think it's us. I've had a number of meetings with him as well as our pastoral staff, and we really feel like this is where the God is leading. So this Sunday, he's going to interview with the pastoral staff. We've met with him a couple times before, but not about like an actual pastoral staffing position. And then, so that's what we're going to do this Sunday. Call a business meeting, and then I'm going to interview him with our pastors, him and his wife. And then the next Sunday, Sunday the 15th, he's going to preach at Apollo in view of a call to be on pastoral staff. I'm not exactly sure what kind of pastor we're going to call him just yet. We're working that out with the personnel and pastor team so that we know for sure. But he'll be preaching in view of a call to be a pastor here. And then that afternoon we'll interview with the personnel committee so we can get his job description finalized and what he's going to do. And then the next Sunday on the 22nd is when we actually have that planning meeting where the whole church can come and interview him, ask him questions. We're going to present the actual plan for what the Spanish ministry will look like, who's going to be on his ministry team, and just the details about how this is all going to work, how we're going to engage these people. If you can't be there on that date, we will record it and put it on YouTube at an unlisted link. So if you ask for it, we can send you the link to this interview with Pastor Abdias for the whole church. So no matter if you can't make it or not, like we can be sure to send it to you and get it to you. And then on the 29th, Sunday the 29th, we will actually vote as a church member, as a church body, to call him as a pastor here. If that is an affirmative vote, which we would, as our history, we consistent with our history, it would need to be, it would be a vast majority, a very strong majority vote, which I think we will have. Once you hear his heart, it's a wonderful setup. And then we will actually, if that is finalized, if that vote is to the affirmative, then we will hire him as a pastor here. And then on the 5th, right away, basically, he will launch a Spanish ministry here. And then we'll go from there. the reason that us calling him and us launching this ministry are all interconnected is because, well, one, we have him, and two, I mean, he's an ordained minister. He's invested a lot of his education and expertise in the pastorate, and it doesn't make any sense for us to say we're going to, invest and reach Hispanics and then not invest in leaders in that community. So it will be a very clear statement to new people that we care about Hispanics when we have Hispanic leadership, we have Hispanic membership, we have Hispanic participants, and people that just care about them, and they have the same recognition and authority as the rest of us. So I really think that will be good for us. We still have to go through the process. We have to make sure and do our due diligence. We have to do our interviews. You have to do your interviews. You have to learn about him. We have to learn more about him. But that is the plan. I know a lot of you are curious about the Arabic church that's been renting space from us. That is true that they are renting space. We are not one church with them yet. They're a 2-year-old church, basically. They're on a different timeline, but the goal, yes, it is the same. We want to launch an Arabic ministry, basically adopting their church as a ministry of our church, and we would be one. But we need to do everything one at a time. We are not one with them yet. We are not going through the process yet. We're just getting to know one another. I meet with their pastor quite a bit, but let's worry about this right now, because what dropped into our lap with the Spanish ministry is a lot easy to adapt for Apollo. It's not a Spanish church that came to us. It's just a pastor with a few people a ministry team that want to help and want to join this church, and so it's going to be a whole lot easier to integrate them into what we're doing. He has about 10 people, trusted people who want to help him and want to help us reach Hispanics that are going through Discover Apollo right now to become members and be a part of our group. I mean, they went to our children's service a month ago, and we're like, this is where our families, this is where our kids need to be. This is where we want to be all in at Apollo. So it's just a lot easier to get them. Let's get this ministry through, and then we can talk about the Arabic church and the possibility of an Arabic ministry. But for now, this is where we're going here in August, and Lord willing, by September 5th, we will have a brand new Spanish ministry at Apollo Baptist Church. And that's exciting. We get one step closer to building a culture of discipleship that leads to worship and compels us to be on mission to every tribe and tongue.